State unemployment numbers are now in. More on how area counties fared. Plus, Jasper's Terry Seitz is this week's guest for Monday with the Mayor, and Jasper Chamber Director Nancy Eckerly is tonight's guest for Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin with tragedy close to home. A Jasper High School senior killed in a one-car accident on the city's north side yesterday evening. Just before 6 o'clock last night, Dubois County Sheriff's deputies were called to a one-vehicle accident in the 3400 block of County Road 125 East, north of County Road 300 North. When they arrived, deputies say they found two front seat occupants in the vehicle, both of whom were wearing seat belts. Deputies say the vehicle had hit a utility pole, causing the pole to break. The vehicle was lying on its driver's side against the pole. Deputies also found an electric ground wire that had been exposed and other electric lines that had fallen across the vehicle. The initial investigation found that the 2003 Dodge Neon that was being driven by 18-year-old Theodore Beglin had been going southbound on County Road 125 East when it went off of the west side of the roadway for an unknown reason and into a grassy field. Beglin's car then hit landscaping stonework in the area before taking down the utility pole. Sheriff's deputies are citing unsafe speed and weather conditions as contributing factors to this accident. A search of the vehicle led to the discovery of drug paraphernalia. Beglin was pronounced dead at the scene due to injuries sustained in the accident. His death marks the 7th roadway fatality in Dubois County this year. A front seat passenger, 19-year-old Justin Wright, also of Jasper, had to be extricated from the vehicle and taken to Jasper's Memorial Hospital before being transferred via life flight helicopter to St. Mary's Hospital in Evansville for treatment of a right leg and left wrist injury. Now, a third occupant in the vehicle had initially fled from the accident scene. Deputies initially were unable to locate the passenger while they were working the accident. However, deputies later contacted that passenger, 23-year-old Logan Williams of Jasper, and interviewed him. Williams was not injured. Lieutenant Stuart Wilson with the Dubois County Sheriff's Department says the other two are fortunate to be alive after this accident. He says there is still a lot to sort out.
Our investigation is still very early, it's still ongoing. We'll be awaiting toxicology reports for the driver and a review of the case by the prosecutor to determine if any charges are appropriate for any of the parties involved.
The Sheriff's Department is reminding the public to use extreme caution and to be safe when driving in rain or snow. Wilson says last night's accident serves as a reminder of that need.
The weather conditions were not ideal last night. However, speed is believed to be a major factor in this crash. And it's always a good idea to reduce your speed. We do not want to see fatalities on our roads here in Dubois County. We have far too many the way it is, and our numbers continue to climb for the year, which we hate to see.
Dubois First Responders, Dubois REC, Memorial Hospital EMS, and Indiana State Police all assisted Dubois County Sheriff's deputies. Dubois County once again has the lowest unemployment in the state, but the gap is closing. Preliminary figures released this morning by the Indiana Department of Workforce Development show the county's unemployment rate is at 3.8% for the month of October. That's up 0.4 from September. Now, this is the 25th time out of the last 30 months that Dubois County has either held or tied for the state's lowest unemployment rate. Hamilton County on the north side of Indianapolis remains in second place. The margin was cut in half down to 0.2%. That gap was at 0.4 in September. Among other local counties, Davies County remains in the top 5 statewide. They're tied for the 5th lowest rate at 4.2%. Martin and Warwick counties were also in the top 10 this month. Warwick County came in 9th at 4.3. Martin County came in 10th at 4.4. Spencer and Perry counties were tied at 4.8% unemployment last month. Pike County 4.9%, Orange 5.6%. Crawford County's unemployment came in at 6%. The highest October unemployment in Indiana was in Sullivan County. They reported in at 7.3%. Statewide unemployment came in at 5.3% last month, as we told you on Friday. That number held steady due to 14,000 Hoosiers entering the workforce. The state's labor force has grown by more than 65,000 since this time a year ago, marking one of the largest increases in the U.S. Finally this evening, we bring you yet another example of why crime does not pay. Jasper police say the man they believe is responsible for the theft of a donation jar for a local family earlier this month was arrested in North Dakota late last week. Police say 29-year-old Eric Baldwin of Hillsboro, North Dakota, stole the jar from the counter at Sternberg's Citgo on Jasper's south side back on November 1st. Baldwin, who originally comes from Princeton, is still being held in the Trail County, North Dakota jail on an escape charge. In addition to a warrant for the jar theft here in DuBois County, Baldwin is set to be extradited to Warwick County on other felony charges. Jasper police are thanking the public for their tips and leads generated through the release of the surveillance footage that you see on your screen. All right, we now head to break with some local Cub Scouts. Tiger Cub Pack 185 of Jasper's Holy Family School stopped by our studios Saturday morning. They even took time to replace the old U.S. flag that flies outside our 3rd Avenue studios. Brand new stars and stripes, thanks to Tiger Cub Pack 185. Monday with the Mayor is up next.